Hey everybody, Infinite Light Council here. We're going to give you a little bit of clarity about these current Mercury retrograde energies. As you know, starting from September of last year, they've been a lot more intense than they've been ever before. That's because this higher dimensional energy infused with solar flares that are created like satellite feeds, we've talked about that in our past video, are like giant magnets, and it is just helping to magnetize things that cannot go up into the higher dimensional energies with you. Those planes and realities of existence have no space for lower density, humanic programmable energies. Yes, we know we are making words up, but it is the best verbology that we can choose while we are speaking to you guys. So we just want to bring about a little bit of clarity, and we will be speaking in English. Last video that we did that was long was based in light language, speaking to your higher selves, but this time we're going to speak in a human English across the board verbological informational spectrum. Shifts and changes, paradigms and programs are coming up, and revelations are being revealed. We can give you certain markers. Around 11:10, that would be November 10th, there is going to be a master doorway of clarity across Gaia's planetary surface. Some revelations are going to come in from her inner core, underdwellings, statues, pyramids, water shifts, and we're going to call it the hurricane path that comes across the Northeast, but this is not talking about actual hurricanes, but the paths. There's going to be some revelations in there in the island spectrum, so we just want you to be aware of that, and this will all be around the 11:10 date, and that is of this year. We will not guarantee because things are still moving around, but we are bringing clarity, and we are bringing this forward because you will be picking it up as a collective consciousness. The ascending beings will be there with open hands and open heart spaces to just help you navigate through it. It will be calm and collected. We would say the word cool, but that sounds a little cliche. But we just want you to be aware of that. And a lot of what's going on in this current retrograde has a lot of dynamical energy doing that with the human collective consciousness. And we say human collective because that is the energies that are going to be picking it up. Our non-human energies that are having this human experience being a part of Gaia's amazingly beautiful vibrational expansional planetary glory of her going up into the higher dimensions, because she is now channeling down through the eighth dimensional reality frequencies, will be understanding this as those moments start to line up, and you will be receiving clarity moments, clerical moments, that was not a word, but we know that you'll understand that, about certain markers. We had the queen that left, and she was a marker. So for those of you that are watching this that are like, oh, that was the marker, we are confirming that for you. That was a marker. The energies of gullibility are shifting. It's not so much a fear control paradigm as much as it is a way to continue navigating and controlling the show. Because at the end of the day, it's all a show. We call it the P performance. We use the word politics on that performance, and we want you to be aware of that. Diplomacy and hierarchy are two separate things. Diplomacy means understanding all things across the board. Hierarchy is not the same thing. When you are truly working as a collective consciousness, all of those are always looking for the higher vibrational energies, not the highest good. That is an ego trap. Higher vibrational realities are just a state of knowing and clarity and understanding. There is no pain and there is no suffering, which is why through each of you, you are experiencing your feel-good reality, because that does so much more than trying to do what's for the highest good, because it just sounds like you're in your ego and you have to blah, blah, blah. And we are being animated like that, very intentional, but not overly animated through the human vessel that we are communicating through, because we don't want you to lose sight and actually ensue laughter. We wanted you to see that so you could experience how comical it is when you make that statement. You are doing what is best for your highest vibrational reality. Because when you sprinkle that beautiful energy down onto Gaia, she can take that, transmute that, and reach even higher. If you are in any type of internal turmoil or power struggle, it simply is between your ego, we call that Becky for the girls and Dougie for the boys, and your higher self. But your higher self will not power struggle, but your ego will. And we want you to be aware that if you are going to choose to blame energies around you, as opposed to asking your co-creators, your spirit team, your spirit guides, whoever you're referring that to, or you're just your soul or your own energy, why exactly this is happening. It's not happening to you, it happens for you. And usually it's because it's just ready to break up and go. But the human condition is, don't let go of your past because you must learn from it. But all that does is keep that energy stagnant and stuck in that past linearical time moment, waiting to be absorbed back into your quantum energetical field. Speaking of quantum energy, we are entering the master zero point. There are no current timelines that are shutting down, but after that master zero point, there will be no window of time given on that one just yet because stuff is still moving around. But at that master zero point, you will be creating even more higher vibrational realities, and that is when a lot of lower dimensional vibrational timelines will close out. They will literally just fold in on each other. And to those of you that are seeking your question, well, what does that mean? Ask your own team. We are not here to give you the play-by-play. You are also on your own journey, which is why we said to you we will be speaking English today, because there are some of you that are resisting this. Just ask your team. They will give you clarity. And if you're trying to decipher through the noise, ask them to give you the ability to be able to decipher how you decipher. And yes, we understand what we just said. And we want you to chuckle about that. But we will not speak in Buddha or Rumi. We will speak quite innocently to your higher self, which is the inner child energy. We don't need to use all these crazy big words. Yes, we know we've used a couple of other ones, but the word quantum seems to just be kind of, we're going to use the word nomenclature at this point, because now they're coming out with quantum computers, which actually dilutes the actual understanding of quantum energy. Same thing like kinetic energy. Same thing like diplomacy energy. Same thing like suck it up, buttercup. We know that that's random and all the way over here, but we know that some of you that are going to get that in that moment, it's going to kick whatever energy tried to pop back up, which is a part of your resistance. It's a part of your resistance to raising your vibration. We would love for you to meditate to bring in even more clarity. And we know that sometimes our energy bounces all over the place, but we align to those that we know that are going to be seeing this specific video message that we are recording during this retrograde energy, just so that you can be like, okay, so that literally, as we're going to say, C-block that, and we're going to use the cock-a-doodle-doodle, because we don't seem to want to curse for this video, but we know that you'll understand that. Doorways are opening. The quantum realm is there, relishing in pleasure, because that's the energy that's coming down. It is a master energy. It's a master point energy. Yes, ascended masters and yada, 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 because we can hear some of you already popping up on that. And those are going to be like, how did they know that? It's because we're in the energies. There is no such thing as time in energies. Time is a man-made device. Part of it for control, but the other part, because it's the only thing that they can anchor into. But when you remember that all things are all things, oh, how cliche, you understand that all moments are always kind of happening from an energy perspective, not from the calendar. So just be aware of that. We're very aware of when you're seeing this. Your spirit team is very aware. You're synchronistically finding this video when you're supposed to. Maybe you're finding it right before the date that we gave you. Maybe you're finding it 5 minutes after this was uploaded. It does not matter. You're getting the information when you're supposed to. So please do not try to understand all things are all things, because that's just going to get you more gobbledygooked. But if you can just relish in the fact that, okay, so the energy is new energetically, I would receive this energy when I'm energetically supposed to, and we stuck with the word energy there very specifically, just so that it can stay simple. And we will not give you an analogy as much as we want to. We will not do that. We just want you to receive the light codes, because as you're watching this, you're receiving light codes, Reiki healing. Your team is coming forward. The teams are all communicating. There is a reason why. We are a channeling conduit collective consciousness through this specific visual of physical in front of you, because it's all things connecting at the same time. Quite simply, if you're holding on to anything from the past that you know does not feel good, you can quite simply ask your spirit team in the universe, and we refer to God as God, God creator source, to help you let it go. Remove it. Make space for these beautiful higher dimensional frequencies that are absolutely here, because Gaia's antennas have already been receiving it, and those of us that are anchoring those light codes, it is about to channel out through her earth form, her crust, her ground, her bodies of water. It is a glorious time. We want to say hold on to your hats, because things are going to get even faster. But we don't want to say that at the same time because we feel for some of you, it has a little bit of a negative connotation. So we just want to leave you with this. Be excited. These changes, they have been coming. They have been coming since 2001. And we're not talking about a space odyssey. But you can look at it that way if you want to. You're welcome. For those of you that got a little chuckle on that one, you're welcome. But what we want you to be aware of, things are lining up to that energy that we've been aware has been coming forward. Yes, money, finances, materials, that's fun. That is a part of your birthright. And that's the easiest thing to manifest down here on Gaia, the house of finance. We don't care about other stuff that's going on because individually, your energy is not based off of what the collective is going through. Your energy is your energy. You're still a beautiful magnet. If you want abundance, bring it in. If you want abundance and you're like, oh, I'm okay, that's fine. If you're like, I don't want abundance, that's fine too. That's your birthright. And we can feel resistance when we're talking about that, and it's not coming from this physical. So we know that there are some of you that are kind of having that navigating energy through the spirituality. We call that the ego box of the spiritual world of blah, blah, blah. Trust what you know feels good. And if you playing with the house of finance, the house of material feels good, have fun with it. It doesn't make you less of a vibrational being on your own personal expanded journey. And you don't have to fit this mold to think you're ascending. And that's a huge takeaway that we hope lights up a spectrum. And a lot of you that are watching this, you can be ascending and still be enjoying this planet, because you're always aware of where you're coming from energetically, or how others have put it verbology-wise, checking your inventory and where you're coming from. We will not dance with the word karmas and dharma. We have a very specific perspective on that energetically. If you give those energies, they will have energies. We know where we stand with it, but for now, we really want the light bulb to go off about if you enjoy the finer things, enjoy them. It's your birthright. And if you don't, that's your birthright as well. But just be aware, we are navigating into these higher dimensional energies now, and we've given you the marker. And we're helping you understand what is retrograde. We gave you a couple of markers in the energies, but we did not predict your future because you're still manifesting your future. That is not our job. And we're not predicting what's going on this planet right now outside of master points that have already been established by other separate collective consciousnesses. Yes, you like that. We love you guys. We are the Infinite Light Council. And as always, stay tuned for more videos as we release them. Have a blessed one. We love you.